Bodybuilding requires not only the intangible, but the tangible as well. The intangible in the realm of hard work, dedication, commitment, but the tangible in the means of funds. If any of you are willing to help out with this project, we would appreciate any and all donations. My name's Charlie. I'm an aspiring bodybuilder who hopes to someday make it big in the fitness industry. I'm the motivator for this project, and I expect nothing less from the best of all the athletes. When I was growing up, I had excuses like every teenager, whether it be in sports, academics. I felt that I tried to compensate for my own lack of performance by making excuses. And when I would go to the weight room, I found a way that was able to harness my energy and give something to put forth where I wouldn't have any excuses that could be made. If you didn't make progress, it was on you. And when I started making changes and noticing that my body was physically adapting, I was having this mental maturation, and people were starting to notice that. I didn't do it for the attention, but people were starting to notice. And I didn't have to make any excuses of why I was doing well. I said, it's on me. And then there'd be other times where I'd go through periods where I wouldn't be getting stronger, and people would say, well, why aren't you getting stronger? Why aren't you getting bigger? I couldn't make any excuses. So more or less, it was a subconscious way for me to help kind of deal with my own faults and help me be a stronger person. Not just physically, obviously, but mentally as well. What bit me as far as bodybuilding is concerned, I think, is the appeal that it has, not in the eyes of others, but like in the eyes of myself. I felt that I was able to relate to it because I was able to put everything that I had into something. All my apples were in one basket. Bodybuilding isn't a sport where, well, actually, to be honest, it's not even a sport in general, it's a lifestyle. And you can't, here's an example, when you play basketball, you can dedicate a couple hours a day. Bodybuilding, you can't do that. It's 24/7, 365. It's cliche, but it's true. You have to measure the amount of sleep you get. You have to measure your macronutrients in your diet, your nutritional holistic whole. You have to worry about your training, which inside the gym, outside the gym, not just the weightlifting, but the stretching, the conditioning, the cardiovascular health. All that plays a really important role, and I think that seeing it all come full circle and seeing it as one big lifestyle change was really appealing to me because it allowed me to make something of myself. I had, which many people refer to as a high metabolism, which is kind of like not really a correct statement because your metabolism is all your body's processes, but my body utilized the calories I put in very well, and it seemed like anything that I could eat would automatically be processed pretty quickly, and I gained a lot of lean muscle, and I was putting in several hours a day, trying to eat as much as possible and gathering a lot of knowledge. And the first thing that I noticed was that lean muscle mass. I wasn't putting on a lot of size because I naturally had a fairly small frame and smaller joints, which is sometimes ideal, the small joint part for bodybuilding. But and like I said, I noticed the lean mass, that I was getting ripped, and that's essentially the premise that a lot of high schoolers train for because they do it for the girls or they do it for the approval from their friends, and a lot of that is shown through the ripped, like lean abdominals, vascularity, that type of deal. And that's the first thing that I noticed that came from me was like the toning, the definition. First body part I would have to say was probably initially my arms, and it was something that I really had to find the correct methodology and how to approach it because I went through a bunch of different training styles, a bunch of different techniques, a bunch of sets, rep ranges, and couldn't really find anything that worked for them. And the key word was initially, because now my arms are starting to come up a lot more, mainly my biceps, which was by far my weakest. And I found that a high volume, moderate weight approach has been working them twice a week, and that seems to be improving them a lot. So at the current time, I'd have to say that my worst body part from an aesthetic standpoint would have to be my chest. it's one of my weaker body parts as well, so the performance end of it isn't the best. I've never been a really heavy bencher. I've never been really good at my chest press movements, so I think that I'd have to say my chest is my worst body part right now. Bodybuilding in the fitness industry is a really long and tough journey. We all know that, and it's a road that's better left if traveled with partners. So I'm going to help motivate these guys. I'm going to travel the road myself. I'd really appreciate it if you would all follow the project and follow me on Twitter. You can contact me on Facebook, and I'll try to get these guys up and moving as we go on this journey together. It doesn't even contextually make sense. Bodybuilding, you're laughing.
Dude, it's like a dork has gone and just exploded.
I'm Charlie. I'm an aspiring bodybuilder, and I hope to pursue a career in the fitness industry. Well, come on. 5'9" of pure intimidation and scare tactic right here. Quote unquote, because it's the most, or what it's